So I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Yeah, cultural bodywork. I think cultural bodywork was my first love. Um, I mean, I still practice and I still love my work so incredibly. You know, um, to treat someone, I don't know, it's an incredible, fulfilling feeling for me. You know, you have this music flowing, and you are flowing and moving with your client, and both of you are kind of benefiting at the same time. And the outcome is to become, for you and the client, to become lighter and clearer, and you know, this is just the base of the outcome. The outcome be so much more than that. It's the same with the classes. The classes are only limited by your desire. You know, how far do you want to go? And usually when I say to the students when they come into the class, you know, be here, be present, and let the class unfold. Let us hold you and support you through this process. But this is your journey. I'm not here to make you do anything. You're here to progress in the desired rate that you wish to progress. And I don't want to control anyone. I want to hold a space where people can transform through conscious learning. And the system of learning, it's not like you go into, like I said right in the beginning, you go into a school and you go, well, you know, we do this and this, and you get a workbook and you look at the pretty pictures and things like that. This sort of work teaches you to be present because you have to witness and watch. And it's an indigenous learning system. You know, when I start to use too many words, I realize the person is no longer engaged through their eyes and witnessing. They're using their ears to obtain knowledge. So I try to give a balance between actual witnessing through watching and learning through experience, and gathering knowledge through experience, watching, presence, and listening. And in this way, you can embody knowledge in a deeper sense. You know, when you look back over, the first class is 5 days, and this is just to give you a solid base to stand on. Yeah, it is a complete treatment front and back of the body. Now, this is, for me, is really important because, you know, to go into class and just, okay, we're just going to do the back now. This for me is not complete. You know, part of the philosophy is you touch the whole body. So the body is like a complete family, a complete unit. To just work on one part of this unit, there's no connectiveness. So when we make a class, or any of the classes that I run, they are all given to you in a complete whole, you know, unit, so that this feeling of complete and wholeness comes out in you. Yeah, okay, so there's, you know, it starts here, and it comes right around to, in a way, the beginning again. You know, it makes a complete circle, so that it designs to allow you to progress forward and to have this encompassing sense of progression. And from there, and it's also developed so that you can become your own teacher.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Could you recommend to everybody to do the cultural body work?
Absolutely. You don't have to be a massage practitioner to do this sort of training. I've had over 23 years, I've been running cultural bodywork classes, and a percentage of those people who come to the classes, They're coming because someone has told them about the classes and their own personal progression, and they've gone, well, I don't really want to be a massage person. No, I don't really want to massage people, and but I want to progress, and this sounds like a really good way to progress. So in the classes, it's not just the massage that you learn. You're actually getting massaged or body work, and it's called body work because it's more than it's kind of more than a massage. The body is worked into wellness, or worked into some form of stimulation to create wellness in the body, whether it's releasing emotions from the muscles or reconnecting flow lines, stimulating the lymphatic system, releasing the pressure, or just giving that person, the sense of being honored and respected, because this whole technique is being taught in a really honorable and respectful way. We call it reverence, and not just the teaching and the learning, but it's also the application of the body work is in reverence.
Can you explain that a little bit?
The first thing we always do is connect with the body. So there's this synergy, not to place energy into the body, but to be one moment really present in the presence of that being and connected, so that you are, really in tune with that person and that person's needs. And then the treatment and the purpose is really specific. It's about them. Even though you're benefiting from the movement and the application of the treatment, the client is also benefited by what you are doing, and the treatment is actually designed for them personally. The other thing is that we use what we call a sheet law. So as a person is being treated, you are covered by a sheet. The whole body is covered by a sheet, and as you're working on an area, you uncover the sheet, and then you cover them up to go to another area of the body, and you uncover that, and when you finish with that area of the body, you cover it up again. So this maintains the energy and the heat in the body for what we call processing. The heat allows the muscles to stay supple and soft and processes toxins, and the lymphatic system is actually stimulated. So this is an ongoing benefit. The other thing is, it builds... it allows the client to relax. Sometimes when you've just got this little bit of towel over your posterior, your bottom, for some people that's really challenging.
Yeah, that's true.
And if a person has been treated in, not a very kind way or a disrespectful way in their life, then this little sheet covering their bottom can be actually quite challenging. And
so now it would the person feels respected and as a person and seen as a being.
A being, yeah. People who do use these little sheets over people's bottoms, I don't see that they are disrespectful. It's just that I feel that the way I work and want to present my work, I want the person to be able to really completely surrender and to be there and feel like they're nurtured, and even to the point that when they turn over, the sheet is not taken away. It's actually held quite tight, and the person turns within this sense of a cocoon, and they lay on the front. And we have what we call
you can just go on.
We have what you call a titty sheet or a breast sheet. And this covers, you know, this part of the area, and people say to me, why do we need this? And I said, this is also to maintain respect and warmth in this area of the body. So when you've uncovered and you're working on the puku, which is the Maori word for bowel or stomach, part of my ancestry on my father's side is Maori, New Zealand native Maori, and you know, you have this open, but to have the breast open as well, you lose so much heat, and also when it's covered, a person, or especially a woman, feels much more comfortable. We do work this chest area. This is necessary. You know, like here, emotionally, we hold a lot of emotions, and sometimes we need to have this worked off our chest, you know. And then, you know, some, even for men, this is also part of the sheet work. You know, men, I don't think we realize how sensitive men can be here. They actually probably don't express it as much as women do, and we don't actually perceive that they are, you know, holding emotions here, but they totally do, you know. Yeah, and this is to keep also that warmth and that and feeling of respect. And also this is, you know, you can... Some people are more sensitive, like some women say to me, oh, you know, how do you feel working a man, you know? You have this sheet work as well, you know, the man's not laying there completely naked and just his bottom covered. And it's the same with the woman, you know, a woman treating a man, there's this, you know, balance that is also, you know, kept and performed with the sheet work.
Okay. And how many men are coming to your courses? Are there as much as women, or?
I would say if I'm overall for the 23 years, there would be more women in the classes than men, but the classes are not without male influence, that's for sure. I have even had one class where there were only men, except for
Wow. That was interesting.
Yeah,
I guess.
so it was amazing, actually. You know, it was to see these men being men and boys as well. You know, they were also playing and wrestling, and they were actually very good with supporting the house. And the other woman was the very dear friend of mine, Hanwi, and she was, you know, helping with the cooking and the class itself. And yeah, it was quite amazing.
How was that experience for you? I mean, so much male energy around you. Did it change something in the way you taught?
I never have a particular way of teaching. I have an outcome, you know, where we begin and where I would like the class to be completed. And with every class, it's a matter of tuning into the unique individuality of each person and moving that class through the uniqueness. So in a way, I could have a set program, but this program might not work for this group. So the elements are shifted and moved around. And there's never this, oh, we have to do this by this. You know, it's always, you know, certain things I have to be aware of is lunchtime and dinner time, you know, mainly because one, people need to eat, and one, the cooks and the chef, if it's not me, sometimes I cook for the classes, they need people on time to eat.
Of course.
Yeah, so this flow is always taken into account with the dynamics of the group, each individuality, our needs as a group, as a whole, and each person's needs in the individual thing, as well as the process and the emotional, physical, unwinding. And in this, I would say this is how the magic is formed.
Yeah.
And this I really like, this having this space to allow the magic